Hey, what's up everybody? This is DDS, and in this video I'm going to talk about making the best out of your situation. In my email, I get a few emails a week about people who, well, I should say from people who feel like they can't make music because they don't have XYZ. I don't have a machine. I don't have this. I don't have these VSTs. I need this VSTs. I need that VST. I need this. I need that. I need this. I need that. Nah. You got to make the best out of what you have. I remember before I even had a VST, I went like a whole year of making beats without VSTs. I just used samples and whatever came with Fruity Loops. Then have a MIDI keyboard. I didn't get a MIDI keyboard till I was probably about 2 years into making beats. I didn't know about the stuff like that. It was something I was just doing in high school, and eventually I learned more and more and more and more about it. And at that time I didn't really think to go jump on Google and see what all I needed for music production. And even then I didn't have the money to do it. I was a kid, you know? So people email me and ask me about VSTs and would I mind giving them my stuff, and my answer to that is I'm not gonna pass out my stuff that I paid for. I worked hard for my stuff, you know, just like the next person. If you want something, you gotta work hard to get it. I saved up money just to get Nexus back in the day when I was working, so it took me a minute to do that. So I was proud to be able to buy Nexus, and Nexus was the first VST that I really fell in love with other than Hypersonic, but Nexus was the one that took it to a whole nother level. And when you go through the stuff without having it and still push through it, that makes you appreciate it more when you get it. You know, like you say, oh, well, I only got this, I only got that. Well, there's options. You got a job, you could save up. I know everybody don't have it like that, but I'm saying there's something that you could do to get it. Like set some money aside, and over time you'll get it. All VSTs aren't the $300 ones. There's some free ones out there. You may be able to go pick up some on sale and all that. There's always something going on, and I believe Sweetwater.com, I haven't used them, but I've heard that they do like payment plans and stuff on certain things. So if you want something, you break it down. Don't pay the whole thing up front. Pay it in monthly installments. But outside of all that, there's something there that you could do. If you only have 10 sounds, there's probably a way that you can make 100 sounds out of all of them. You just got to tweak them and play around with them. There's ways that you can do that. That was something that I learned with Nexus. Like, you can change stuff in the ARPs and all that, but even if you don't have Nexus, samples, you can chop samples differently. You can time stretch them. You can actually slice them and play them out. That's chops. It's like you can reverse them. It's just so much different stuff that you can do. You just have to be creative and using what you have in front of you. And if you don't do that, I don't see how you would appreciate or anything else, because you're like looking at what somebody else has and it's like, well, they got this, so I need that in order for me to be like that. And that's really not the case. Like me, I only use about 4 or 5 VSTs, and I know of a lot of other ones that people use, but it's like I don't need those because I use the ones I have to the best of my abilities. Like I have complete ultimate, and I haven't even went through all those sounds, but I have my main ones that I go to, and I tweak them from time to time. It's like, if I have this ARP here, I can edit this way. If I have a pad, I'm gonna turn it this way, and then I'm gonna add something to it and layer it with this. And that's another thing, layering. If you got one sound, add something else to it. You know, you gotta make the best out of your situation. And that's just me talking about with the music stuff. I could take it back to my YouTube videos. When I first started doing YouTube videos, like my very first YouTube video, I don't even know if it's still private or if it's public, but I shot it on a little, I don't even know what type of phone it was, but it's all grainy and stuff, you know. So it's like, you got to make the best out of what you have. And then when I first got into doing more videos, like this past year, I was just using my little cheaper camera, and I was like, you know what, I want better quality. But this will hold me over until I get to the point where I can afford to get me another camera. So it's just stuff like that, you know. Just be appreciative for what you have. Don't compare yourself to others and then don't appreciate what you got. Because if you don't appreciate what you got, you're going to have a hard time getting anything. And then once you get it, are you really going to appreciate it? So just take the time to really sit there and look at what you have and see what you could do with it. There's a lot you can do with a little bit, if that makes sense. Sometimes less is more. It makes you more creative versus having a whole bunch of stuff. But, you know, hey, I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas because I get those emails a lot, and I just try and tell people, like, you got to make the best out of what you have. Don't compare yourself to me and be like, well, you got all this and all that, and I only got this. Like, I started somewhere too. We all got to start somewhere. So Thank you all for watching. If you're new to my channel, I just want to ask that you please subscribe. If you're not new, I want to ask that you just continue to support me. Like, comment, let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I being too harsh by saying that I'm gonna get somebody my VSTs that I paid for? Or am I being too harsh by telling them to make the best out of their situations? I know everybody's situation is different, but I feel like everybody could still make the best out of it. It's cool to want things, but just don't be unappreciative of what you have right now. So thank you all for watching. Take care.